I'm now going to do an integration that involves odd powers of sine x, though this technique also works for odd powers of cos x. And the example I'm going to use is this one, the integral of sine to the power 3x dx. You use, when you have these odd powers, cos squared plus sine squared is 1. I'll show you. First of all, we've got to separate the sine cubed out. So this is the same as sine x times sine squared x. And then we have to rearrange using cos squared plus sine squared equals 1. So we've got a sine squared here. So sine squared x equals 1 minus cos squared x. We now look like sine x 1 minus cos squared x. And we just multiply out this bracket now. We have the integral of sine x minus the integral sine x cos squared x with respect to x. Nearly there. We now have to use the making a substitution technique on this part. We can integrate sine x straight away, that's no problem, that'll just be negative cos x. This part over here we have to do, so I'll just do it in a different colour so you can see I'm just working on the side for a minute here. So we'll say the substitution, we're going to let cos x equal some other variable, I'll use t. In which case then if we differentiate that, differential of cos is negative sine x dx is dt. Now we've actually got the negative and the sine x dx here, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay, what we're going to find is the integral of sine x is negative cos x. That's the first bit. Then I'm trying to find the integral of negative, so I'll just put plus here. The integral of negative sine x times cos squared x dx. I'm just doing this to show you very clearly what it is I'm doing. You'll see over here I've got negative sine x dx is dt, and over here what I've now got is negative sine x dx. You can write this cos squared, it's all just multiply, you can put it any way you like. So I've got negative cos x there plus the integral of cos squared x, well cos x is t, so cos squared x is t squared dt, because negative sine x dx is dt. And now we can integrate this in a pretty straightforward way. We get negative cos x plus the integral of t squared is t cubed over 3 plus a constant. And at the end here we can just put our trig back in. T is cos x, so what we've got here is plus cos cubed x over 3 plus that constant. Oh well. So this one involved a couple of things. The first bit, when you have odd powers of sine x or cos x, you use the cos squared plus sine squared equals 1, and we use that to make it look slightly different. That was at that stage. And then having done that, we then multiply it out, and we have to use the substitution. We have to use the putting in a new variable method just to get at this, to integrate this second part here. Okay, I will stop just there.